Hey, welcome back. Today's video is yet another DIY and it's probably my favourite one yet. I've been waiting to do this video for so freaking long, but apparently there's a world shortage on FIMO and it took like 2 weeks to come, but here we are. Loads of small independent brands have been creating these recently, like Lamanzo. Can't remember any of the others off the top of my head, but I'll put them on screen. And I'm fully inspired to do this video by someone I follow on Instagram called May. She's the coolest, and she put in her story a picture of clay rings that she made, and I was like, oh my god, how did you make these? I need to get on that. And it sounds so easy, so I thought I would share it with you guys today if you want to make Instagram and Pinterest approved jewelry. Obviously, like, copyright warning, I'm not claiming to take any ideas as my own. Credit to Molme, credit to all the independent little mini businesses that are starting to pop up selling these rings. They're sick, they do great shapes and designs, and I'm literally just like in love with what they do and want to make my own because why not? So yeah, just a little disclaimer. So yeah, I'm excited to show you how to make the Instagram rings that we're seeing everywhere, and I've never done this before. So if I mess up, I'll give you good tips on like what not to do because I don't know what I'm doing. So the first thing you'll need is obviously clay. I chose FIMO because Molme said she used oven clay, so I thought FIMO was a good bet. It's kind of cheap. I got it all on eBay. So I got green, and then I also got this olive green because everyone's obsessed with olive green right now, and I just really like olive green. So yeah, I got 2 types of green, which is probably unnecessary, and then I got a bright blue because I thought why not, and then a bright pink and chocolate brown because green and brown is having its moment this winter and I'm loving it, and then I got bright orange because I love bright orange. Then the next thing I'll need is some sort of glaze to finish off the rings. It will make them look really nice and glossy. You can get matte or gloss depending what you want, and I think it just seals it. It makes it just look a bit more put together. I bought the FIMO one because I thought I might as well keep it under the same brand, and this is just a gloss varnish. Low-key expensive for what you get. I didn't know the pot was going to be this small, but I'll link everything down below that I use. And then I also bought these gems, as I've seen a few of the brands put little sparkles in their rings and stuff, and I thought they are just so freaking cute. And then I also recommend some sort of clay tools. I've had these for a while and I got them from Cassart. You can probably just use scissors or like a ruler, like just any sort of utensil that will help you cut out the shape that you want. And then lastly, some sort of ring shaper. This is a ring sizer that my housemate has. So very kindly letting me use it, but you can definitely use a ring that fits to the size that you want and sort of use that to make sure you're making the shape that you want. I feel like you can kind of size the ring whatever way you want. And if you're going to make rings for friends this Christmas time, you can take their ring measurement and like make it to fit them, which would be really cute. Okay, let's get on to making some rings.
FIMO tends to be quite hard when you first get out of the packet, so I pulled off a bit and just warmed it up in my hands, which made it really easy to mold. And I soon realised that you need some sort of rolling pin to help flatten out the pieces, so I just used the Glaze bottle, which worked really well. For most of the rings, I then cut small rectangle pieces out of the clay and folded them around into a circle shape, and that made the ring. This worked pretty well, and then I would use like the scrap pieces for other rings as well. I also made a lot of rings that mix different colours together, so I just cut thin strips of different colours and twisted them around each other, then used the glaze pot to mix the colours together, and I think they turned out like the best rings that I did. I also soon realised that the best way to make the ring shape was to draw the size of the ring that I wanted onto the surface and then use that to make the outline, so I definitely recommend doing that. Then I tried to make that weird rectangle shaped ring thing, which absolutely failed. This was so difficult. I don't know how people do that. Then to make the really chunky rings, once I flattened them out, I cut a much wider rectangle and then folded that over, which made a really thick base. And then for the rest of the ring, I just used a slightly thinner thing, so it kind of like went from a thin to thick ring, if that makes sense. This one low-key looks like an alien. I kind of hate it. I added these little like eyes and diamonds on the top, but I don't know, it's kind of cute. And for pressing in the gems, I didn't use any glue, I just placed them upside down and pressed them in slightly, and they've stayed on still even after being in the oven, so I think that's honestly the best way to do it.
Okay, I've made loads of rings and some of them look pretty dodgy, but some of them look really cute. I've tried to do some like quite big, some quite small, and now I'm going to pop them in the oven. On here it says they're only in for half an hour. That's actually so long.
You want me sometimes and then you don't. You thought I would stay, well then I won't. Don't wanna keep you around anymore.
I made so many rings. Some of them have come out like this. So they're not really that good for like a finger. So I think just before you put them in the oven, make sure they're all like a proper shape so that they won't do that. Like actually so many of them came out like that. This shape was the hardest one to do. I have no idea how people actually make the shape like this without like putting 3 different parts together, as you can see. I made quite a few that were fusions of different colours just by mixing them together, and I think they turned out really, really cool. They're probably like my favourite ones. Like that one's really cute. And I definitely recommend doing the sparkles. I think they just add something. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Sick, sick, sick. Love it. For the glaze, I didn't really need many coats. Like these are quite shiny and it's just like a really, really thin layer. The last one I want to show you is this check one. This is inspired by Jewellery. I think that's how you say their name. Yeah, they do a really cool check ring in green that I love, which is why I got the green colour. And I just used a nail art pen to like draw on the checks with white acrylic paint. It looks kind of bad. I probably need to glaze it a bit more, but that was like an idea. If you want to add detail and designs and stuff, you can just use a little nail art pen. And yeah. I'm so chuffed with all of these, and I'm going to keep like perfecting how I do them. Oh, that one looks really good. Look at that one. I really like that one. Props to me, hey? That's sick. I really like that one. I really recommend you to do this at home. It was so fun and you really get your money's worth as it uses like no clay. So make them for your friends, make them for your family, and tag me on Instagram if you guys make these. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. Let me know down below what other DIYs you want to see. Everything I use will be linked in the description, as well as all the independent brands that I reference in this video, so you guys can go support them. Subscribe down below, follow me on my social media to keep up with me. Let me know what content you want coming up, and I'll see you in my next video.
Hey baby, you're dreaming.